What's up, y'all? This is your host, Billy the Dolphin, speaking. Today, we're about to do a YouTube video about the Pixar tier list. No, Billy the Dolphin. What we're saying is that we're about to be doing another tier list video about Pixar movies. He says that's what I thought. So, without further ado, let's give this show on the road here. So, without further ado, let's just give you a little bit of a clear background. Move all my things out of the way. Because we're about to do a quick tier list video. And it's all about Pixar movies. Some movies are going to be stupid, awesome, bad, casual, and most likely different. Let's say red one's bad. Good. Watched. Ten out of 10. Alright. Without further ado, let's just do another round of tier list videos. And it's all about Pixar films that I've seen in a while. Without further ado, let's begin. So, WALL-E, or not that, Up, is the first movie. It's about a kid with a talking dog with a robotic mane. So, I think I want to say it's like bad or watched. I have just watched the entire series of Up. Like a movie version of Up, as I would say. And yeah. Toy Story. Well, it's about Woody and Buzz trying to find a way back to Andy's house. Like, they're originally in the beginning of Andy's house when they met something, but they went to Pizza Planet, they ended up at Sid's house, and then they're trying to say they want to miss Andy so much. So, I would say it's definitely good, because the critics were really amazing as heck. Monsters University. Well, it's like Monsters, Inc., but I would say it's watched, because it's really not that bad at all. Finding Dory, I would think it's really different. Or let's put Monsters University in different, because of the different casts, and like, same casts, but different themes in the making. And, yeah. Finding Nemo, well, I gotta say, that movie is definitely on the 10 out of 10s list. Because I have watched Finding Nemo in so long. So yeah. Cars 2, another 10 out of 10 film. It's about when Mater becomes a spy and McQueen meets Francesco Bernoulli. And yeah. They won in Tokyo. And Italy. Most importantly, London. Next up is Incredibles. I would say it's bad for The Incredibles, because if I made a tech talk out of that, that would be horrendous because of the funny critics. Well, I used to watch Incredibles, but right now it's not too cool. I know I love it, but it's really like a Superman ripoff, as I would say. So, next up is Ratatouille, which I give that one another bad shot. It's like another bad movie. It's about when, like, rats can't keep casual chefs in charge of their meals, which was actually really bad as hell as ever being seen like that. So, yeah. The Good Dinosaur. Well, I gotta say this, but it's definitely the other, I guess it's good, to be honest. Because Buddy wants to find Scout on the way back home, and And that green dinosaur wants to find his family, so this means that he needs to find his family. Next up is Cars, which has, well, it's another 10 out of 10 movie, because Lightning McQueen is really lost to go into the last race in California, so he's ended up in Radiator Springs where he met his new friends there, and the news reporter just saying that McQueen is missing. So afterwards, McQueen has found at Radiator Springs after the Radiator Springs Jamboree. So yeah. Cars 3. Well, I might have watched, because in few scenes where Cruz Ramirez broke up with McQueen, she is not a freaking traitor. She's actually a racer. Can't you see? She's not a trainer. Jesus. Well, next up on the list was A Bug's Life. And I would say it's definitely like that 10 out of 10, another 10 out of 10 movie, because those bugs are trying to prepare for the circus show, and the worst scene there is that they've got panicked about they're having a storm in the almost not the end of the scene, but a little bit different. Incredibles 2, I would think, it's definitely a good movie, to be honest, because the characters are really different. But Violet is really rude to the waiter, because the waiter thought that was Violet's friend, and they dressed up as superheroes, which that didn't even count yet. Wall-E, I would think, it's bad because robots can't talk, and that's why they can't talk, because they're acting like babies. Like, what the hell? Why didn't act like babies? Jesus. Well, Monsters Incorporated, I would say it's on the watched list. Just in case they didn't even notice about Monstropolis being too old. Like, on the tweet, there was actually a Monsters at Work Sesame Street reference saying 2319! We have a 2319 on the sidewalk! Like, that's stupid. It's supposed to be 123, not 2319. Well, back to the later butte. So, Monsters Inc. was actually the first movie to be released before Monsters University, so they have to defeat Randall after he win a child that was in a room, and her name is Boo, but Sully wants Boo to go back to the room where he came from, but they've ended up, before she saved her, at the Everest Shack where the Snow Yeti sells snow cones. So yeah, etc., etc. Inside Out, I would think it's also a good movie, because we've got joy, fear, anger, sadness, and yucky, because we've got lots of cast here. Next up is Coco, which seems it's a little bit different than it was for Jack Skellington. And yeah, Toy Story 2 is also different because of Woody and Buzz split it up, but Woody stays in the hotel and meets Jessie. But in Al's Toy Barn, you'll see, like, the Buzz was cloning by itself, and you'll probably see another Buzz Lightyear at the shop, and it's no kidding to be making sense. But no sign of Lotso. But speaking of Lotso, Toy Story 3 is different because that and another antagonist bear was actually like filled with strawberries. But reverse that. Toy Story 2 came out in the 90s, where they have defeated the main antagonist, Evil Emperor Zurg, which seems to fade it a bit. Brave, I would think it's different because, because it's like the Hunger Games, but a little bit different than that. Onward, I would think, is watched because, in some folks you could have remembered, Onward came out last year before the pandemic was over. Toy Story 4 is definitely the prequels, because Woody meets up Bo Peep. Like in first Toy Story, he met up the original Bo Peep, but Bo Peep came back to life. Well, Bonnie went on a trip with her family all across America in like different directions. So, yeah. Soul, I would think it's bad because of the Piano Man makes bad noises, but it's like a ripoff of Wall-E. And, yeah. Luca, I would say it's another 10 out of 10 film, which was filmed in Italy. Turning Red, I gotta say this, but it was another goods list. Because, you know, a girl might have turned into a fox or a coyote, in my opinion. Because she's, like, really afraid of what she has become with. And stuff like that, for sure. Like, what the heck? Why is that boy wearing fins? Like, I have no kidding on that. So let's zoom back out a bit. Next up, we have Lightyear. Do you know why Lightyear is not in this picture? Well, actually, Buzz Lightyear made a cool movie back this year because it's about Buzz Lightyear and his own Star Command missions. Because Buzz Lightyear Star of Star Command, the series, is about to come out on Disney Plus really soon. But there is also Buzz Lightyear Star Command The Adventure Begins is about to come on Disney Plus real soon. Because if Lightyear made its own series of movie merchandises, you'll probably know if it comes to life on Disney Plus. So, Lightyear is about a true story who wants to have his own robot kitty. Who wants to be deafed by the evil like, Zergbots in the Quarter Quadrant Sector 4. So I would probably say it's another good movie. So, yeah, because I saw it in theaters back last few months ago. So, yeah, that's the movie tier list for today. We're about to sign off right now. Please like it, subscribe it, and I hope you to enjoy. This is Colin Dykeman signing you out.